Anything I say, people gonna say I'm talking about her. Anything she say, people gonna say I'm talking.
Greetings from Claressa is ensuring that Remy is aware of her precise position. She is prepared for whatever comes next and has stopped observing from the sidelines. Remy Ma and Papoose's ostensibly ideal love story has been unraveling for months, as everyone who has been following this scenario knows. At one point, their relationship was ideal, but now it seems to be going south. The relationship between Claressa Shields and Papoose is becoming very tumultuous, and she's not playing. It resembles a total disaster. Following reports that Remy had cheated, things became extremely precarious, and Papoose made it plain that he was done playing games. Guess who spoke up just when it appeared that he was prepared to go on? Remy. She began hurling insults, demonstrating her displeasure with Papoose's new circumstances. In her heart, Remy is angry, but she's been playing indifferent. She has been disparaging Papoose and making subtle jabs that make it obvious that she doesn't like his new relationship.
Pap can't cook nothing. Like, he made an egg like 10 years ago, a scrambled egg, and was like, you would have thought he hit the Powerball, like the way he was acting.
The problem is that Claressa Shields went into overdrive as soon as she learned of Remy's dubious remarks, making it apparent that she would not put up with Remy's irrational outbursts. Everyone was talking as Claressa clapped back, saying, "Watch your mouth before you catch these hands."
That was already over.
Okay.
So now that's their privacy, and they didn't do that, but she's out with this guy parading around, whatever. So everybody knew that she was with this guy already.
This is when things start to get interesting because Claressa is firmly establishing her authority and letting everyone know that she is not someone to mess with, while Remy is out there harboring resentment. Fans are already picking sides. Some believe Papoose is moving on a bit too hastily, while others say Remy caused this herself. With the fairy tale gone, it's evident that Claressa isn't scared of Remy and won't be giving up anytime soon, despite everyone's belief that Papoose and Remy Ma were inseparable, the definition of true love. People began to view Remy with suspicion when it was rumored that she wasn't being faithful. Recall that during her 6 years in prison, Papoose kept her in check by being devoted to her, caring for their family, and even getting married while she was still a prisoner. She was devoted to him for 6 years, although most individuals wouldn't even wait 6 months. What did he receive in exchange? Remy's failure to even wish Papoose a happy Father's Day was the first serious warning sign. Not even 5 seconds of recognition could be given to a guy who supported her, reared their daughter, and stood by her side. People became aware that something was wrong at that point. Although Papoose didn't say much, his deeds were more powerful than his words. He quietly informed the world that their ostensibly happy marriage was finished by sharing a family photo on Instagram without Remy in it, rather than waiting for him to say something. It's evident now that the truth comes out that Remy wasn't as loyal as she had people think. According to the internet, she became overconfident in the belief that Papoose would always be there, which is dragging her. However, she is acting like the victim now that he is at last going on. Supporters of Papoose are arguing that he merits better treatment. Since Remy lost her safety net and fumbled a real one, they are criticizing her. The crazy part is that the drama is only getting started. Remy is acting rudely by disclosing private correspondence between Claressa Shields and Papoose rather than keeping it confidential. "You're the one who's married," Claressa said to Papoose in one of the messages that were exposed. "What are we doing if you can't even tell me you made it home safely or sleep with me on the phone?" Remy believed that this would reveal Papoose, but it was a complete failure. It made her appear resentful rather than sneaky. By presenting it as though Papoose was playing around with Claressa while they were still together, she is attempting to change the facts. Remy even said that after Papoose dozed off in her home while speaking with Claressa on the phone, she discovered the texts. This is where things get crazy, though. Claressa retaliated, putting Remy on full blast after realizing what Remy was attempting to do. Claressa reversed the script and accused Remy of cheating first, rather than simply denying anything dodgy having to do with Papoose.
private situation and a private understanding of what was going on, and I respected that. You understand? And I also know the facts.
Okay.
I know the facts of it. So it's not like, oh, this is a happy home and I'm just trying to steal somebody's name. That's not it. His private business is his private business, so I can't tell him to, oh, you should have told everybody. Like,
Right.
no.
You letting him handle it the way he wants to
How
handle
you
it.
gonna handle it? Now, I don't know why she just came with all this energy and static toward me. I don't get it because they weren't together.
Okay.
And you already have someone or two.
But they're living in the same home, so
Yeah.
that makes things a little different.
You live in the same home and you still got your situation over here though. You're still doing your thing. He's doing his thing. What's the issue?
And multiple times, not just once. They were moving foul the entire time, and she basically ordered them not to attempt to play the victim. Let's be honest, this is exactly what people anticipated from Remy. Instead of owning up to her mistakes, she's trying to blame Papoose while, in reality, he was probably just tired of being treated rudely. Papoose went out and corrected the record after Remy made those texts public, saying that Remy couldn't handle his long-standing divorce request. Even though Papoose has always kept quiet and private and has never wanted to discuss his issues on the internet, he was unable to remain silent after this. Since Remy just opened a can of worms, everyone on the internet is waiting to see what happens next. She may not have been able to stop herself since she believed she was exposing Papoose, but all she did was make herself appear dirty and desperate. It appears that Remy may have chosen a conflict she can't win now that Claressa is independent. He also explicitly said as an adult that she was the one who made the initial mistake. Papoose had been quiet for a while, but now he's setting everything on the table.
I'm not fighting over no man. You know, I'm just not doing that. So he put out his statement and said what he said. You can take it for what you want to take it for.
What was that statement for those that don't know?
It was just, he moved on.
We moved on.
Now she's angry about that.
Right.
So
she did.
Interview 743/757. For months, people have been curious about what truly transpired between him and Remy Ma, and it's clear that he's had enough when he finally speaks the truth. He just announced that he is forever done with Remy and has been trying to file for divorce, but she refuses to sign the papers. The internet is now curious about Remy's true situation since, if she is the one who says Papoose moved on too soon, why won't she simply break up with him and let him go? Remy is a narcissist who has cheated on me numerous times, Papoose wrote in a dismal Instagram post. She's playing the victim now that I've moved on. Despite my repeated requests for a divorce, she has not acted like an adult in this circumstance. For the sake of my daughter, I didn't want to go public, but I've had enough. Remy had been acting as if Papoose had abandoned her at random up until that point, so that comment alone refuted all of her explanations. Nope, I was trying to make this official, and you're the one holding it up, Papoose is now stating. Remy Ma has also been acting shaddily for a while, and last year, when there were reports that she was becoming too close to battle rapper Easy the Block Captain, people started to question whether she was still faithful to Papoose. She tried to minimize it at first by acting as though it wasn't serious, but as more people started to investigate it, it grew clearer and now makes much more sense. Maybe Papoose knew what she was doing, which is why he was already trying to get a divorce. The fact that Papoose has always been calm and respectful, never pursuing attention on social media, was what ultimately persuaded people to support him. He said nothing, even when the stories about Remy began to circulate, but he has now come to a point where he is ready to move on with his life and is done defending her reputation, which is exactly why Remy is freaking out. She is now recognizing that Papoose is really gone. The internet is questioning if Papoose and Remy Ma's relationship is over. Papoose seems to have tired waiting, and once he makes up his mind, there's no going back, so it looks like Remy will keep dragging things out. The whole situation became even more chaotic when Easy the Block Captain finally spoke up. It seems like Remy Ma was aware of it the entire time, despite months of rumors that he and Easy were involved in something. Easy even asserts that Papoose was surreptitiously listening in on Remy's discussions and was already suspicious. Then he revealed the shocking information. Papoose had been spying on Remy for a while, which is how he found out about it all. He further asserted that Remy's automobile was bugged by Papoose because this isn't simply a difficult split, but rather next-level drama. The internet is going crazy. Easy further asserted that Papoose began acting oddly but never openly challenged him. He initially believed it to be merely industry politics, but after obtaining evidence, he understands that Papoose had been keeping a close eye on everything and was only waiting to catch Remy in the act. Papoose supposedly thought she was acting funny, so he recorded her discussions in his car. That's drama on a whole other level. Now that this is turning into a full-fledged scandal, people are wondering how long this has really been going on. Papoose had reason to suspect something for a while if he was already recording Remy's talks. If that's the case, Remy might have been playing both sides for longer than anyone thought. According to some supporters, Papoose was smart to defend himself. Others think Papoose should have just departed rather than eavesdropping. He eventually got the approval he needed, though, and is now going on with his life. It appears like Remy is the only one who is still alive based on the current circumstances.